says Carl.
What in the world is that? I mean, they've never seen anything like it. Hey, got something pretty cool today. 1972 Chevelle Super Sport, real SS. Really cool story on this one. A lady named Lila had bought it in 1980 from a car lot here in town, Capital Chevrolet. It was sold brand new there and then traded in, and just a really cool rig. Her and her husband traded in their 70 Chevelle, just a base model, and really wanted a Super Sport. And then they found this car in general there. And in 1980, they bought it. And this was her daily driver up to the late 90s. She took her two sons. They had split up in the 80s, but this was her car all the time. And she's a gearhead. She knew her stuff when she talked about it in general. I was originally going to sell it for her, and you know, she's in some assisted care and stuff like that, and I wanted to do a bunch of stuff to it and in general, and I ended up just buying it so I could do the things that needed to be done, and with her approval, because I did talk to her a lot before I did things. And one of the first things she told me after I put the BFGs on there, she's like, I would have went with Goodyear. And I said, well, you put Kelly's on it. And she goes, well, that was because of my stupid husband. Thought that those were cool. So but I've always been a Goodyear girl, and so, but I put BFG, so but she still likes me. So if you need help selling something though, Denwerks, DENWERKS, you can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, our website in general. But anyway, she had the motor rebuilt in 2000, had the transmission rebuilt, and probably 1,500 miles since then, but that was 20 years ago, so it aged some. We'll pop the hood and show you different stuff. She did make some alterations to it because it's a H code 165 horse. I think it's a L65, 165 horse. So now it's got a Edelbrock on it, headers, and small Crower cam, and Mallory ignition and stuff. So she put a few go fast goodies and stuff. So but you know, it's just a really nice driver. It drives so nice, and it's pretty amazing in general. And I love the paint. It was repainted before she got it. So I know that there was a quarter panel replacement on the driver's side there, and she didn't even know it until I told her. And she had thought it'd been original paint this whole time, but I mean, it looks like it. I mean, it has that look, and I wouldn't paint this car. I just keep it the way it is because I love the look of it. I mean, it looks just like Grandma, you know, owned it, and looks like she wants to kick someone's rear. So I love the look of the car in general. It is numbers matching. VIN number is on the motor. VIN number is on the transmission as well. Turbo 350. For the transmission. So we're going to go through the lights here. Factory hood locks. You can see the marker lights. I replaced the marker lights. Headlights. I replaced the headlights. Bright lights work. Got blinkers. Got our left and we got our right. I'll show you the back real fast. Bumper is original. Everything's original on this car. It's actually even got all the factory sway bars and rear and front. All the right gauges. All the right stuff. You know, it's hard to document one of these cars unless you got paperwork, but I seriously doubt that someone cloned this car prior to 80. And she used to see it driving around here in town because it's always been a Salem car before she got it. So be very, very, very unlikely. And also we changed the wheel wells on the inside, and I didn't see any other spots where any other emblems had been on this car. So it's the real deal, hard to find. So we'll just walk around it a little bit. You know, paint is definitely aged. It's got a ton of patina. I just love the way it looks. A lot of spotting, a lot of issues. I could point out every little thing, but I mean, I think you can see it. And you can see a little bit of corrosion there on the bumper. Couple little marks on the edge here, but not bad. And down the side, looks actually nice and straight. There's a few little door dings and different things, and a couple little swipes here. If you look in the pictures in the auction, this is no reserve auction, by the way. You'll see she had it really tight in the garage, but just paint rubs, pushing stuff in and out of the garage and different things. But you can see here, the edge of the door was folded over just a little bit. You know, definitely a lot of scratches, just the way it should be. It does have new wheel lip moldings on it. She actually had those. I put new BFGs on it, 245, 60, 15s. It was funny when I first saw it, I was like, hey, we need to get those wheels off there and find some rally wheels, and hopefully we could find some Super Sport Z28 style wheels. And she goes, hey, come over here in the corner, and she actually had them. So these are the original wheels. I did buy new caps and new trim rings for it, and we got a matching spare in the back. Top looks in really nice condition overall, but you're going to see some little bubbles back here behind the rear window, so pretty common. But the rest of the top looks really good. A couple little bubbles right there. And in the original photos, when I first got it from her and saw it, you'll see some black little areas. She had put some kind of tar over the top of that, and I just took a little thinner and took it off. But you can see there was little rust bubbles there, and it's broken through a little bit. Rockers look great, very clean. Quarter panel looks good. When they put this quarter on, there's a seam right here, so inside the trunk area. You can't see it unless you're really going to look up in there. But I just want to make you aware of that. Again, it's just got the perfect look, you know. It just kind of reminds me of something from the 80s, you know, when I was in high school and stuff like that. A lot of kids were driving stuff like this. And I always liked the taillights on these cars. And even though I'm a Ford guy, I like this. I would drive this car all day long. Those are the original plates from 1970. And they're not registered to it anymore. She put special interest on it in 2000 when she stopped driving it daily, but she had the original plates. It does come with the special interest plates too, but I thought it was fitting to put those on it. Let's go ahead and show the lights. We got the lights in the back. All the marker lights work. Brake lights. Reverse lights aren't working. I'll kind of take a look at that for you guys. And then you hit brakes, yeah? And then license plate. Oh, I did have that working. There it is. We'll have to check the connection. Back bumper is nice. You know, looks here like every time she eyesight maybe. Didn't hit the key right in there. If you look down this side, again, nice and straight, but just a ton of flaws. You know, scrapes and scratches and all that. A couple little rust bubbles there around the quarter. But overall, just a good looking car. And I like it the way it is. So some people will want to paint it. Some people want to drive it like this. Some people might want to put an LS in it. It's a total open canvas for somebody for sure. So anyways, cool rig. You can see there was maybe a little dent right here. Looks like it was pushed out a little bit, but overall very straight down the side, besides this little door dings and stuff like that. So cool car. I love it. It is no reserve. We'll show you some more stuff. Hey, you're gonna take a look at the underneath the hood here. Factory original cow hood on it. I always thought that was a great design. But overall, you can see the engine is in good shape. Engine compartment looks great overall. Original sticker here, 352 barrel carb, and obviously it has a 4-barrel Edelbrock Performer on it now, Mallory ignition, and also has headers on it, Crowder cam. We did a lot of work. It's got an AFB carburetor that she put on it as well, but I did a ton of work to it in general. And new intake manifold gasket, valve cover gasket, put a new water pump on it, put a new alternator, starter, fuel pump, power steering pump, redid all the brakes, disc brakes in the front, new pads, new cylinders in the back, new pads in the back, new master, and bled out the whole system. And also just flushed everything, did the oil, did a transmission service, even though it was done in 2000 with very little miles. We went ahead and just redid it in general. This is a fly-in, drive-at-home type of Chevelle, so I mean, that's really nice. I tried to paint the headers, and it just didn't work out. That stuff never works, but a little flaky. So you might want to try to find some originals maybe, or maybe some stainless ones or something like that, but just got a little flaky, but look better than they were, you know, in general. So put a new air cleaner on it as well, and it has Mallory ignition and distributor in it there. So we'll go ahead and it's got new hoses, everything, even the exhaust manifold gaskets are new and donuts. So we'll go ahead and start it up. It does have dual exhaust. You know, in her write-up that she gave me when she had it, she thought when she built it, you know, she was saying like it had 380 horse. I don't think so. I mean, it could be 250 or something like that, 275, but you know, it doesn't really matter. But I don't want anyone to get the impression it's got 380 horse or something like that, because it doesn't. And go ahead and rev it up a little bit. You know, it does sound nice. On a cold start, you'll hear a little exhaust leak, and I think it's from a collector down there, but I don't hear anything now. We did put new aprons in it, and we did put a new, this isn't new, it's a used one that I got because it was all cracked and stuff. And the reason I put new aprons in it, because the original ones are plastic, these are steel. They were totally cracked and broken up just from age. So I put steel ones in it, and new splash guards as well, new battery. So the car drives fantastic, and it just, my friend had a 68 when I was in high school, and I loved driving that thing, and it really just brought it back. Just, I don't know, I'm 50 now, graduating 88. It just brought back a lot of memories in general. You can see there's no rust up underneath the hood here. Valve tag, still there, you'll see it logo. Go ahead and rev it up again. You know, sounds good. And we also did a tune-up and stuff on it here. It doesn't blow smoke or anything like that. That's just condensation. It's cold out. Go ahead and rev it up a little bit. That's a nice sound. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some more stuff. Hey, I want to do a little cold start for you. It's Monday morning, and just pulled our BMW out, and so I thought, hey, wait, let's do a cold start for you. So has not been started since Friday. So I'll just take a look here. Hopefully I can do this with one hand. I did it. So here we are. I'm going to grab the headers for you. You can see definitely it's a cold start. So usually it starts up pretty good. After it gets running, it kind of bogs down a little bit, and you kind of got to rev it a couple times, but usually does pretty good. So go ahead and fire it, and let's see what happens. They'll make a liar out of me though, probably. See, it kind of died there. You can hear a little tiny exhaust leak down there, probably off the header flange. But this is a little cold-blooded. Might need a little bit of a choke adjustment, but overall that's a cold start. Not a lot of clatter or anything like that. So, but you got to keep your foot on the throttle a little bit, but it does run good and run smooth. So I just want to give you just a straight up cold start. You can see here we didn't get a cloud of smoke or anything like that. Go ahead and rev it up a little bit. There's condensation there, so that's what you'll expect when you get it on a cold start off of a truck. So, but I hope someone comes in and drives it home. Hey, gonna go ahead and show you the interior real fast. You know, these cars are hard tops. You already know that, but it's not like a Nova. You know, so all the windows roll up and down, nice. Bucket seats, console. Has the right gauges and everything, steering wheel, and you can see it's got the updated, not all of them had the tack, but it's got the correct tack with the 5K tack. And then it also has the amp gauge and temp gauge and rally packs in there. So you put that Kenwood stereo in it back in the day. But got one little crack there on the dash. Rest of it looks good. Nothing looks tampered with. She did replace the seat covers, carpet in the car. I'm not sure about, I think maybe door panels, but she redid all that because she wanted to look nice in general, especially actually driving around with her kids for years. Horn works. Hopefully you heard that. Back seat looks good overall. The seat belts are a little crusty looking, so you probably want to replace those down the road. But back panels look good. Package tray, headliner looks really good. And I thought the seat keeps on hitting the horn. I thought I had my the dome light working. When I go on the other side, I'm going to take a look, but I thought that was working. But overall, seats look nice, no rips or anything like that, and you can see a little bit of wear from the windshield wipers. You know, rubbing back and forth. Little wear there, but no tilt wheel. You can see all the lights work inside here. You can see the light is working in there. And then the only thing that's not working in here is the temp gauge, and the cigarette lighter isn't working. I'll take a look at the other side real fast for you. I should have showed you the trunk because I'm going to go there next. That door is a little sticky getting open. Probably needs a good lube. So my dome light's not working. I'll have to double check that. But you can see the door jamb looks good. You can see the original spot welds here. I forgot to show you the door jambs on the other side. I'll show you that. You can see here it's missing the little bezel, but you can still push the button there. But overall, nothing really different to show you here. Windows do roll up and down on this side. You could probably use some new window felts as well, all the way around. See that? That's all working. I'll show you the trunk, and I'll show you that door jamb on that side. Here's the trunk here in general. I just put a mat in here, and I'm not going to take the spare out because there's a couple little pinholes over here on this side, but pretty minor. This needs to all be cleaned out really good. Little flakes and stuff. Put new seam sealer around there and repaint the speckled paint here in general. If you look up underneath here in the quarter panel, you can see up there. Let me see here. You can see that. You can see that seam. See right that up there. So that's where they put a new quarter on it. So looked like they did it right in general, instead of not sure exactly what happened, and neither did she, obviously, but looks like they did it right in general, because you really can't tell inside here at all. That looks all correct. 2 antennas that were on it, typical for the day. That's just holes filling those holes, but overall trunk area looks good. No hits in the back or anything like that. And again, I would take the spare out, just takes a little bit of work, but there's nothing to hide there. You'll see pictures in the auction. This quarter panel looks good up underneath. So you can see a couple little where the paints came off and little surface rust, but nothing major. But got the original jack in there as well. And there's the spare tire. So hopefully that gives you a good view of it in general. You'll see no rust underneath the deck lid here. It looks good. And I was going to show you that jam on this side. You can see a little bit of filler crack right there, but definitely they put a new quarter on it. You can see inside this jam. Looks really good. So anyways, hopefully that gives you just a little better peek at it in general. So we'll show you some more stuff. Hey, we're going to take a look at the Chevelle underneath. Actually, a really solid car. You're still going to see all the still photos and all that, but I'd like to do a video and just kind of show you different things about it in general. I'll get my grandpa's light out here for us. You know, it's funny about this light. I'll just show you real fast before I knock everything off. That was something that was in their house in the 60s. And he would turn them into shop lights. So I've actually got 2 of them. So we use these all the time. So kind of fun to have them around, even though he's just a light. Good memory of him. So anyways, we're just going to take a look underneath here. It's actually really solid. You can see up here, no accident damage or anything like that. You'll see a little, you know, oil residue and different kind of stuff like that. We just did a quick little detail on the motor. It was already painted orange. We just kind of touched up a couple little things, nothing major. You can see a little dampness here around the steering box and stuff, but a lot of that's from we had a really leaky hose, and we replaced the power steering pump up there, like I already showed you before. Motor mounts look good. I got a picture of all the brakes off and stuff like that. We put new shocks. Put new shocks on it up front and in the back. You know, overall, actually pretty clean, you know, for a really original car. And it's got disc up front and drums in the back. Transmission she had rebuilt, you know, numerous years ago, but it doesn't have very many miles on it. I think I got a piece of paper that tells me when. If you take a look at the floors, really nice floors. Super nice. And I haven't seen any holes in the floors or anything like that. Frame looks really good. You know, the inner, hopefully you can see that. See the inner rocker. Really nice. You can see all the spot welds. No rust. Very clean. If you look at the bottom of the rockers, it looks really good. Look back here. Looks nice. Take a look at this floor. In really nice condition underneath here. You know, obviously it's not a show car or anything like that, but you can tell the integrity is great on the car. You can see back there, no rust. We'll take a look at this other rocker on this side. Got my grandpa's trusty lights acting up on me. There we go. Well, there we go. Yeah, stay on. There we go. You can see the bottom of the rocker here. Looks in really good shape as well. We'll go here to the back. You can see the rear end. We changed all the fluids and stuff. We serviced the tranny as well, even though it had been rebuilt and didn't have any miles on it. We just went ahead and changed everything. You can see here the new shocks. You can see up there the shock mount area. No rust up there where the springs are. Everything very clean. We took the rear housing off here, changed the gear oil, regasketed it. You can see here the shock. Inner trunk drop-offs look good. You can see on this side, and they look good on this side. You can see a little bit of rust right there. Nothing major, but a little bit in the bottom of there. You can see a little spot. Gotta wiggle this a little bit. Technical difficulties. Anyways, you can see a little spot here of rust at the bottom of the corner. I'll get my phone out. Had a connection issue there. Thank you for your patience. There we go. You can see a little bit right there in the corner. Rest of the quarter panel looks nice underneath here. You can see here no accident damage. Back behind the gas tank area, trunk area, a couple little dents and different things you can see through the years. But you know, overall, car's in remarkable shape, and I would drive it like this all day long for sure. So anyways, hopefully that helps a little bit, gives you a good look at it. In general, it is no reserve. It's actually hard to find a car in this condition, especially with such long, you know, history. I mean, she owned the thing since 1980, and so anyways, it's been excited to play around with it and get it back on the road. So it is no reserve. Good luck, and thanks Bring a Trailer for a great auction forum. Talk to you later.